Nicolas Almeras's life was one of opulence and excess, a mere 34 years young, with a bank account overflowing with euros and a social calendar bursting at the seams. He was a fixture on the French Riviera's glamorous scene, often rubbing shoulders with the crème de la crème of European high society, including none other than Pierre Casiraghi, scion to Monaco's royal family. But behind the facade of champagne toasts and beachside soirees, Almeras's world was about to shatter in an instant. On that fateful May evening in 2011, he took his sleek Ferrari for a spin along the picturesque Côte d'Azur, cruising at approximately 110 km per hour through the winding coastal roads. The night air clung to his skin as he navigated the curves with ease, the bright headlights illuminating the darkening landscape. The investigation would later reveal that Almeras's vehicle veered sharply off course near the village of Villefranche-sur-Mer, careening into a nearby retaining wall with devastating force. The impact was so severe it ripped through the car's chassis, sending debris flying in all directions. As rescue teams rushed to the scene, they found Almeras slumped behind the wheel, his life slipping away amidst the twisted wreckage. The official cause of death would be listed as a combination of head injuries and blunt force trauma, but whispers of reckless driving and possible intoxication soon began to circulate among the local grapevine. Little did anyone know that this stunning tragedy marked only the beginning of an unraveling mystery, one that would ultimately lead investigators down a rabbit hole of secrets and deceit surrounding Pierre Casiraghi's inner circle. On the picturesque Côte d'Azur, where wealth and glamour entwine like the lavender fields and Mediterranean coastline, a mysterious tragedy unfolded in May 2011. Nicolas Almeras, a close friend of Pierre Casiraghi, scion to the wealthy and influential Aga Khan dynasty, was behind the wheel of his prized Ferrari when disaster struck. Eyewitnesses reported that Almeras's sleek, black Ferrari 458 Italia sped out of control down the winding coastal road before veering sharply onto the gravel shoulder. The vehicle's occupants, Almeras and a female companion, were thrown from the car as it careened into a stone wall. The impact was catastrophic. Despite initial reports suggesting that Almeras might have been speeding or under the influence, subsequent investigations revealed a more complex scenario. Toxicology results indicated the presence of both benzodiazepines and an antipsychotic medication in Almeras's system at the time of the accident. While it remains unclear whether these substances contributed to his erratic driving, they undoubtedly complicated the investigation. As investigators pored over Almeras's phone records and vehicle data, a puzzling pattern emerged. The young French playboy had been receiving increasingly frequent calls from an unknown number in the hours leading up to the crash. Some speculate that these mysterious conversations may have unsettled Almeras, contributing to his loss of control. This series of events has raised as many questions as it has answered about the tragic demise of Nicolas Almeras. How did a man with every material advantage lose control behind the wheel? What secrets lay hidden in those cryptic phone calls? The French authorities have been tight-lipped about their findings, fueling speculation among local media and rumor mill enthusiasts alike. The Côte d'Azur's stunning beauty has long been a draw for the rich and famous. For Nicolas Almeras and his companions, however, that night would prove to be a fatal attraction. As investigators dug deeper into the circumstances surrounding Nicolas Almeras's tragic death, a disturbing pattern began to emerge. It was revealed that Almeras, a member of France's wealthy elite, had a history of reckless driving and disregard for speed limits. Eyewitnesses reported that on the fateful night in May 2011, Almeras was behind the wheel of his prized Ferrari, weaving in and out of traffic along the Côte d'Azur. Security cameras captured footage of the vehicle speeding through the coastal roads at an estimated 150 km per hour, more than double the posted limit. The high-speed chase lasted for several minutes before Almeras lost control of the vehicle near the town of Villefranche-sur-Mer. Witnesses described hearing a loud screech as the Ferrari's tires locked up before the vehicle crashed into a nearby wall. Police reconstructed the accident scene and found evidence of extensive damage to the Ferrari, including shattered glass and mangled metalwork. The investigation revealed that Almeras had been driving without wearing his seatbelt at the time of the crash, further contributing to the severity of the impact. A toxicology report later confirmed the presence of cocaine in Almeras' system, which some speculate may have contributed to his reckless behavior. As news of the accident spread, friends and acquaintances of Almeras began to speak out about his reputation for taking risks behind the wheel. "He had a need for speed," said one acquaintance, who wished to remain anonymous. "Nicolas always pushed the limits, never wanted to be seen as boring." The French authorities have since charged several individuals involved in the accident with vehicular manslaughter and reckless endangerment. With each new piece of evidence, the picture emerging of Nicolas Almeras' tragic demise becomes increasingly complex. As investigators continue to unravel the circumstances surrounding his death, it's clear that a multifaceted web of factors contributed to this avoidable tragedy. As we delve deeper into the investigation surrounding Nicolas Almeras' tragic demise, a more nuanced picture emerges. Eyewitness accounts and forensic evidence paint a disturbing portrait of reckless behavior on the part of Pierre Casiraghi's friend. The crash occurred on May 24, 2011, at approximately 9:45 p.m. local time, along the picturesque Côte d'Azur coast. Almeras was behind the wheel of his custom-ordered Ferrari California, valued at over €200,000. Preliminary investigations suggest that excessive speed played a significant role in the accident. According to sources close to the investigation, Almeras' vehicle reached speeds of up to 120 km per hour, 75 miles per hour, before veering off the road and crashing into a tree. This catastrophic loss of control raises troubling questions about the true extent of Almeras' culpability in his own death. Furthermore, it has come to light that Nicolas Almeras was driving without the proper authorization for his Ferrari's custom exhaust system. The modifications, which significantly altered the vehicle's sound profile, may have contributed to Almeras' distraction and subsequent loss of control. While the authorities have yet to confirm this as a definitive factor, the details point towards an avoidable tragedy. As we consider the implications of this case, it becomes clear that Pierre Casiraghi's friend was a product of his privileged upbringing, a world where the consequences of reckless behavior often go unchecked. The investigation into Almeras' death serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of entitlement and the importance of accountability in high society circles. The aftermath of the crash has sparked widespread media attention, with many questioning whether justice will be served for Nicolas Almeras and his family. As we continue to unravel the tangled threads surrounding this tragic event, one thing becomes increasingly apparent: the pursuit of truth must transcend the opulent facade that often shields those in positions of power from accountability. As investigators dug deeper into the circumstances surrounding Nicolas Almeras' fatal car accident, a disturbing pattern began to emerge. On that fateful night in May 2011, Almeras was behind the wheel of his prized Ferrari when he lost control and crashed on the treacherous roads along the Côte d'Azur. The vehicle careened off the road and into a nearby ravine, killing the 43-year-old playboy instantly. Further analysis of the crash data revealed that Almeras' speed at the time of impact was estimated to be around 120 km per hour, far exceeding the local speed limit of 90 km per hour. Moreover, the investigation found that Almeras had been driving under the influence of alcohol, with a blood alcohol level nearly twice the legal limit. But what seemed like a clear case of reckless driving took an even darker turn when investigators discovered that Almeras' vehicle was not only equipped with advanced safety features but also had a highly sophisticated navigation system. A review of the car's computer data showed that the navigation system had been active at the time of the crash, providing Almeras with real-time information on road conditions and alternative routes. Despite having access to this critical information, Almeras chose to drive recklessly, ignoring the warnings and advice from his vehicle's own systems. This glaring disconnect between technological capabilities and human error raised more questions about Almeras' state of mind that fateful night. Was he simply in a momentary lapse of judgment, or was there something more sinister at play? The investigation would continue to probe these unsettling revelations, shedding new light on the tragic demise of Nicolas Almeras. As the investigation into Nicolas Almeras' untimely death unfolds, a haunting revelation has emerged that sheds light on the circumstances surrounding his demise. It appears that Pierre Casiraghi's friend was not simply another victim